detox while you're there in the sauna. So, and Paleo Magazine, visit them at paleomagonline.com to find a store near you and pick up a copy. And the Well-Being Journal, I just got mine in the mail yesterday, heralding the integration of medicine with physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, and social aspects of health. The Well-Being Journal is now available in both print and digital version. Order online at wellbeingjournal.com. I'm thrilled to say that I did not know this. So tomorrow, I've got J.B. Handley on the show. His book has just been released, How to End the Autism Epidemic. Anyone that has a child or grandchild, whatever, it needs to read this book. It is amazing. It's going to change the world, hopefully. But on the cover of the Well-Being Journal, it also says Vaccine, Immune Activation, and Autism. And it was J.B. Handley that wrote the article for the Well-Being Journal. So I'm really looking forward to that tomorrow. And I'm really looking forward right now to speaking with Jill Lane, who, if you're just now joining us, is a pro athlete, health and nutrition coach, and founder of Fueling Champions, a 3-step sports performance and athletic nutrition program built to maximize the potential of student athletes and the parents that support them. You can find her on Instagram at Team Fueling Champions or her website, fuelingchampions.org. We're talking about 5 easy ways to support brain health and mental energy. I could use some. What do I need to do, Jill?
Oh, my gosh. I think the first thing is for us to all really just put deep in our soul that our brain health is connected to how healthy our body is.
Right.
There's still in medicine a disconnect. Like our head, even though it's attached to our body, there's still a disconnect that there's like no crosstalk.
I know.
And I think I just pray and hope and wish. And, you know, there's all sorts of books coming out now by amazing authors of all sorts of different specialties talking about how connected we are. I mean, not just on the physical, but even the mental, spiritual level.
Yeah.
And so the first thing for us all to remember, especially if you want more brain power, maybe you're trying to avert some genetics that are in your family, or you just want to have more mental energy. And like you said, I don't know anybody who doesn't.
I just want to feel a little sharper. I feel like my sharpness has gone down a little bit. I used to be so sharp, and I would remember reading this and this and this and just like blah, put them all together. And I feel like I'm not, my engine's not hitting on all cylinders right now.
Well, we're going to cover 5 reasons why that could be happening, and then what we need to prioritize when it comes to brain health, because I think that's the most common complaint, if you want to call it that, as we age. People just feel like their lights are getting a little dimmer in their brain, and they say the same thing, like I'm just, like always snap their fingers just like that, like I'm just a couple steps behind.
I think it's from stress. Is that possible?
Yes. Yeah. Stress actually shrinks the hippocampus, which is part of your brain that is directly related to memory and emotions. And so absolutely, stress, literally, chronic stress literally shrinks a part of your brain.
I've got shrinkage.
You got shrinkage, sister. I'm sorry. You know what else does that? Not specifically that part of the brain, but it's one of my top 5 things to take care of your brain is dehydration. When you're dehydrated, your brain tissue actually shrinks.
Yep. I'm guilty of that.
Yeah, it's an epidemic. Many people feel like they're hungry, tired, but really they're thirsty. And so it just goes back to just some of the basics. Like just make sure you're adequately hydrated, at least half your body in ounces of water per day. Put down the sodas and the diet sodas. They're negatively correlated to brain health. A little bit of coffee. There's good data on a little bit of caffeine, not too much. And for some, none is okay. Genetics play a role, but a little bit. How much depends on your genetics.
Same with alcohol, right? Same
with alcohol. Too much is a problem for cancer risk in the brain. None is good. We shouldn't start drinking just to benefit our brain. But if some people can handle, a glass of red wine and it may benefit them, some can't. And so you kind of have to parse through that.
Yeah.
But the first thing, aside, so of the 5 things, stay hydrated is one, just for the simple fact that we all know what we look like when we're hydrated. Our skin looks really nice and fresh. Just think of your brain like that,
How do you remind yourself? I find I'm so busy all the time.
I carry a water bottle with me. Ironically, I don't have it today, but it's, of course. Listen, doctor, heal thyself. I'm not a doctor, but, we have to practice what we preach too. And it's so funny. I ran out without mine today, but I use a refillable stainless steel bottle that's 32 ounces. And I know if I get 3 of those a day, I've hit my mark. I know I feel better. I know I have way more energy. I know I'm sharper. I know that I feel actually lighter on my feet. And so I encourage people to take half your body weight in ounces of water per day. That's just, the normal amount. And get a refillable stainless steel or glass bottle. And then just do the math and just keep track. The best time to drink is when you're exercising or in between meals, and then a little bit with meals, but not most of it with meals.
Yeah. Swell makes a swell bottle, don't they?
Yeah, there's all
Stainless
sorts
steel,
out
there's
there
all
these
kinds.
days. You know, so whatever works for you. So stay hydrated. The second one is to feed your brain. So it's like, how do we take care of our brain? We feed it the right things. So it's more about adding colorful vegetables, adding fatty fish like sardines and trout and salmon and halibut, adding the healthy fats, avocado, the fish I just mentioned, raw nuts and seeds. And then after you add, it's to start to take away some of the stuff that we know with chronic consumption is literally toxic to our brain. Sugar, artificial colors and sweeteners, which we talk a ton about on the show, fried foods and rancid fats. I mean, just think of your brain as this vibrant place of all sorts of electrical conductivity, and then think of rusting and rancidity happening there. That's what toxic fats and fried foods and sugar do.
Well, so how do we know if the health of our brain is, if it's dictated by the health of our body? What can we do? What more can we do to support it?
So we feed it, we hydrate it, we exercise.
I
think this is one of the biggest things that we overlook. The if you don't use it, you lose it thing is so true for brain health. So we exercise in two ways. We actually do anything from meditation and prayer to brain games like Sudoku and crossword puzzles that very few people do anymore, to actually physically exercising your body. There's research to show that in less than 30 minutes a day, if you move, your cognition goes through the roof. Your mental energy goes through the roof. Your memory goes through the roof. And so just move. You know, if you sit a lot for your job, get up and move around, go down, walk around the parking lot, come back up at lunchtime and during your breaks.
Well, and
we just have to move.
And it fights depression too, the exercise.
Absolutely.
I got on my spin bike this morning and then I lifted a little bit of weight. But, you know, sometimes I don't get to do it and it directly affects my emotional well-being.
Yeah. I was with
which
a
affects
client
my brain
yesterday.
fog.
I was with a client yesterday and she said for the first time, she hasn't been on her exercise. She's been a little off her exercise game. She said, I want my exercise back because I know for sure it's impacting my mood, and even my husband can tell.
Absolutely.
So it is like exercise is a drug. It is a drug for our body in the best possible way.
Absolutely. It makes you feel better too about your body image, which makes you want to have sex more, right?
Hey, happy chemicals all around. I mean, it raises our endorphins and, you know, to all the segments we've just done when it comes to just choosing gratitude, choosing, you know, how we handle situations. When we forget that comes from having the right biochemistry. And so we build our mood chemicals through the foods that we eat. And so you have to put that gasoline in your body to be able to help you make those choices. So we feed it, we hydrate it, we exercise it, we protect it. Know your genetics, get your hormones tested as we age. Lower testosterone can affect our cognition.
Dr. Tuleman was talking about that just yesterday.
Yep. So get your hormones checked and don't expose yourself to toxins.
Do you know how you get a whore to moan? Don't pay her. That joke just came into my
head. I got nothing after that, sister. I got nothing.
I couldn't help it. But that's why we love one another, right? Oh, my God.
I can't ever get through a whole segment of mine. It was like so funny. But laughing, right?
Right,
we could
and
go
laughing.
on and on.
We could go on and on. But I was going to ask you about fat for the brain that people forget. Your brain is, I was going to ask you, 70% fat, right?
Yes, ma'am. 3 pounds of almost all fat.
All fat. So get your fat in, get your salmon, your avocados, all those good things. Jill Lane, always a pleasure.
Thanks
you can
for
find
having me.
Jill on her website, fuelingchampions.org. DeWone, thank you so much for being in studio with us today.
Thank you for having me.
I love it. Everyone, thank you for listening. You know what? You get one body, you get one mind, and you get one life. Get out there today, make the most of it, and tell a joke and laugh.